Oi pessoal, hoje a gente vai fazer um vídeo um pouquinho diferente, a gente vai falar sobre a parte de Home Inspection, a inspeção que a gente faz nas casas, e esse vídeo a gente vai fazer em inglês. Eu tô aqui com o José, ele está representando a A&B Inspection, e a gente vai explicar para vocês o que é o Home Inspection, o porquê que é importante, o que a gente descobre fazendo a inspeção, e bastante de como funciona esse processo. Alright, so José, thank you, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I think the first question is, what is the importance of doing a home inspection when you're purchasing a house?
Well, for us, when a buyer goes to buy a house, they of course they look at the outside of the home, they look at the inside of the home, the layout of the home, and for the most part, that pretty much makes a decision if they're going to buy the home or not.
Yeah.
As a home inspector, when we go in, we kind of put those things to the side, and we're looking for potential problems of the home. So when we go in, although it is a visual inspection, we do touch and test as many things as we possibly can. We pretty much are trying to get you or get the client as much information as possible regarding any possible home issues or any potential future home issues so that they're not surprised when they purchase the home and move into the home.
So, is that a fair comparison to say that, because I always tell my clients, it's kind of like, almost like an X-ray of the home? Because stuff that we can't see, right? I can go, they can go and they see the wall, they say, well, the color, but you're gonna go deeper, right? Maybe the insulation.
Yes, because when the potential buyer goes in, they're not gonna go on the roof, they're not gonna go in the attic, they're not gonna test the electrical outlets or look behind panels or, you know, see how hot the water's running, see if the AC's functioning or not. They're just gonna go in and turn on the water, you know, the house feels cool, the house feels hot. We're checking for the temperature of the AC or the heater or the hot water, or checking every outlet and windows and things like that. So we're gonna do things that a client's not gonna do. They're just gonna go visually look and say whether they like the home or not like the home, and we will buy, we won't buy, and we're gonna check everything out for them on their behalf.
So the other thing is to make it clear, when you talk about home inspection, right, we talk about it, it's not anybody that can go and do a home inspection. There is a license and a lot of knowledge behind it.
Correct.
Fair?
Fair. You to be a home inspector, you have to take a 120-hour course, and then you have to take a state test to get state certified and carry insurance and everything else with that.
Yeah, this is important. Just wanted to bring that out because when you talk about this, it's not like somebody that is kind of a good handyman or good doing stuff at home, or you know, it's something very specific. There is a lot of measurements and process they are concerned about to bring the results and the real situation of the home. What would you say, maybe if you can, if you would pick the most important things that you can, as a buyer, you can get protected or get a better idea because of a home inspection? What are the most important things? I mean, everything is important, but what would be
everything is important, but the four main areas of the home that you want to have checked out is the roof, the electrical, the plumbing, and the heating and cooling. That's your four most important parts of the home. So those you definitely want to get as much information as possible in regard to those areas.
Yeah, that's important because those are the ones that kind of they're pricey. They represent a lot on the investment that you're making. The other question I will have, with something that I always hear this question from my clients, is, well, if I'm buying a resale, you know, yes, I want to see what's happening in the house. If I'm buying a brand new home, new construction, as we like to say here, why would you recommend or would say that is important for them to do a home inspection if they're purchasing a brand new home?
It's kind of the same as if you're buying a home someone's selling. You still want to check to make sure all those core items have been installed properly, the roof is installed properly, there's no, maybe something they missed, and maybe you have a leak in the attic. I mean, we've come across it. Make sure the heating and cooling is throwing the proper differential and air when it's cooling, or proper heat. Same thing with the hot water. We've gone and seen leaks on a new home. You know, maybe we fill the sink, we drain it, and you have a leak, and nobody's putting mind to that because nobody's really testing that.
Yeah.
Same with electrical, the wiring. You never know what you can come across. It's always good, better safe than sorry. And you probably want those issues handled still before you move in, while the contract is finishing up,
Yeah.
tightening anything that needs to be tightened, then you're just in a better situation to do it that way than to move in and then a couple months later you find the issue and now you have to have the contractor come out to correct it versus just having that done right from the beginning.
Yeah, it makes sense. We tend to advise our buyers to do it for all the reasons you mentioned, and I think it does makes a big difference for whoever has never done or maybe never purchased a property here. So this is a simple process. For you, it's a lot of work. For us, meaning simple in a way that the home inspector goes to the home, checks everything, maybe 2-3 hours in a home, depending on the size.
Pretty much, yeah. About an hour per 1,000 square feet is a good gauge.
And then you provide us with a super complete report, right? Which is awesome, with pictures and all of that.
Yes, it has pictures. Again, as much information that we can put on there, positive, negative, whatever it is, we put it in the report with pictures and explaining what the problems are, what the potential problems can be, age of the HVAC system, water heater, type of installation, the inches that it has. As much information as we can possibly provide, we provide in that report.
And this is nice too because it gives you, if you're not thinking about a brand new home, but if you're thinking about a home that, a resale home, somebody used a little bit of this, you can think like your car. You understand what's the mileage in the home and you can kind of predict, I probably have another 1 or 2 or 5 years with this AC. So you can kind of predict where you are and
Yes.
maybe plan ahead
Exactly.
how soon you'll probably, most likely, be able to replace something.
Right.
So I think that is also important, beneficial, number-wise, not necessarily just to find something wrong with the home, but see where you are and understand. So if you think as a kind of nonsense comparison, but if you think as a car, how far are you and when you're most likely to have, issues or start replacing things.
Exactly.
What is the cost generally? If somebody's buying a, 3,000 square foot home, it's a brand new home, there are 4 bedrooms, what is generally the price point what is their investment for a home inspection?
The price point really goes by square footage. We start at $282, and then it kind of goes up from there based on the square footage. So that size home, don't hold me to it, but I think that's probably about $329.
Yeah. So, it sounds about right. I always, it's just to give them an idea because when they say, and I always say, look, we're in the process of buying a home, one suggestion, it's your decision, but there will be a nice idea probably to run a home inspection. And I always say, well, I don't know, maybe between $400 to $600, depends on your home.
Right.
I know I'm pushing even to the higher side of it, but I still think it's a great investment, especially if you're purchasing a home. It's a huge investment, and I think it's money well invested, definitely. Yeah. So just to give them an idea about investment. So the process is pretty simple. We pick the inspector, we're gonna request the house, the address, the inspection. They're gonna perform the inspection, provide us a report, and there we go. Now we know everything that is happening in the house. If we have any questions, we can double check with them. And they are very keen, recommending, what they think it should be really, really reanalyzed by somebody on that specific professional, right? Something on the AC or somebody more specific, but you have a very good idea about where your home is and if you should run away or not. So I hope it helped, Jose. Thank you for the video, the information. We're gonna put A&B information on the video as well. A&B has been a great partner from us for years and oversee most of our clients. Everybody's happy, and we hope to continue to work together for a while. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.